Hello, Flakked. Thank you for joining
Hello,
me.
hello. My pleasure.
How are you?
Chilling.
How's the off-season treating you?
Terrible.
Terrible?
Yeah, so much time.
Why not use that time to grind maybe another game?
Okay, yeah, okay. Off cameras, we were talking a bit. I tried World of Warcraft. I'm probably next Wunder. It bangs. Like, I fully understand Wunder now. Like, when they told me, in G2, some stories about, like, oh, we need to cancel scrims. Someone has to,
If there's a raid, man. Yeah. You can't do nothing about it. You
now,
can't let 25 people wait.
At the beginning, I was like, what? That's so unprofessional. But now I fully understand it now.
All right. Well, 16 years later, I can tell you the same thing. The game bangs and bangs. So, today, we're going to be launching the sessions. And this is our first session of the sessions.
Okay. So, I'm actually the first one?
You are the first one.
Okay.
You feel honored?
Pressured.
Pressured?
And honored at the same time.
Okay. Well, I think I've interviewed you enough times to know that you are more than capable of the occasion, Flakked. But what people should know is that many celebrities, gaming celebrities, will be coming over on a face-to-face live here on this set. So stay tuned on Twitter and YouTube at Esports Santander. Now, I've also been told that Jankos is coming. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little bit scared.
Yeah, same. I don't think he's like the best guest to interview. I think this guy is like zero.
I made the mistake once.
Yeah.
I asked for both of you.
Yeah. It's like, first of all, this guy, like zero, what's the word? He's like not charismatic at all. Zero interesting. It's just like mega nerd. Nidalee one trick. Terrible Nidalee one trick.
How can you be a one trick if you don't hit the main ability of a one trick?
That's why it's a terrible one trick. Okay. But yeah, hopefully, for some reason it gets shut down with like Jankos and you get maybe another pro player from like Rocket League or something. But if you have to interview Jankos, it sucks for you, I guess.
Well, maybe we'll get you together another time.
I'd
rather keep you solo at this point. Yeah. Maybe Jankos at another time. Because our topic today is working under pressure. And we both know that in esports there is in general a lot of pressure. And some of it is good and some of it is not that great. So we're going to talk about both sides of the coin, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I want to ask you, because it's very interesting every time I speak in general to pro players, people deal with, stress and pressure differently. So how do you cope with the pressure when it comes to professional life, but also personal life?
In professional life, I think a lot of, like how to handle pressure and stuff comes with like experience, I think. Because when I was a rookie and I would like giga choke or like, like underperform like heavily and stuff, I would really like punish myself and I wouldn't be like very open to not only my teammates, but like every single one basically. So now, with experience, I'm just like more open to my teammates. I just talk with them, share my problems, share my like, what's going on through my mind. And as well, I talk a lot to my dad. And especially when it comes to personal stuff, I always talk to my dad.
Oh, so you do have a supportive family behind you. That's awesome to see. Now, Flakked, I love how you opened up about, when it's like one of your first times on the stage and you are under pressure. Sometimes you choke, sometimes you feel sad. I want to ask you about this in particular because you had a good run over in the EROs. And then, of course, you get picked up by G2 and that puts a lot of pressure on you playing for a storied org like G2. What do you do when you like first step on stage and you know that you're replacing Reckless, all eyes are on you?
The first days are usually the toughest. But in G2 was like a bit different, I would say, because we had like 2 months like tryouts / scrims. So I got really used to the team, and of course like the vibe was really nice. Like everyone was like, we were kind of like a small family. So if you get along with your teammates like pretty well, then you reduce like a lot of the pressure. But of course, when it comes to like the first games, our first games it was like COVID times, so we didn't have to go on like the actual stage. But
was it better or worse?
I mean, usually it's better because you don't face like public and stuff. Like if you like feel pressure or you're choking and stuff, if you're on stage, usually it's like harder to manage and it's easier to choke. But it's true that I was playing my first 3 games. It was super weak with COVID, so it really didn't bang.
Oh, you were ill.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was ill. I think I'm not sure if it was Targa. Someone else was like mega sick as well, but I mean I was dying. I was like legit dying. So I was like, it sucks. But still, we managed to do like 2-1, I think. So then by the time I went to stage, it was like playoff time already. So I had already, built some trust on myself, so some trust on my team. So it was like way easier to play.
So what is it that you generally do? You go onto stage. You're the AD carrier, of course. Like, okay, no matter in which meta, sometimes you get left alone in the bot lane, like no one cares about you. But like, especially right now where it's all bot diff pretty much. Like every jungler I've asked at EU Masters, I'm like, hey, do you feel like you could take another path? Like you have a Jax top lane, you play in Sejuani. He's like, nope. If you want to find me, I'll be over on the bot side of the map. So
I mean, if you ask junglers, they're usually very delusional, like Jankos. So maybe they will just say bot lane is broken, but if you ask bot lane, they're gonna say jungle is broken. So.
I just want to say that I've heard that the role with the least knowledge about the game is AD carries. So I don't know if we can call junglers delusional.
I mean, there's exceptions to some AD carries.
Maybe it's because you've played with Jankos for a long time.
Yeah,
that you've made this picture.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Probably.
Now, of course, there has been a fluctuation in your career, right? ERLs into G2, down into ERLs, winning EU Masters as well, and then back onto the LEC. How do you deal with the pressure having to roll through an off season, like not knowing what your next team will be or whether you did good enough? We've seen a lot of people win EU Masters and they still don't make LEC.
I mean, okay, I didn't win EU Masters. It was Heretics. It was Jack Spectre, actually. But it's fine. I'll take it.
You were in the finals!
I'll take it.
Oh my God, you're right. You were in the finals. Semi-finals.
Yeah.
I have to read my history.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, for sure at the beginning it was really tough, right? As well, I came in pretty late into the off-season.
Yeah.
Because it was like time after Worlds. And I mean, we didn't make it really far in Worlds, but we make it like far enough. So when you come back home, you kind of need to sprint everything. And at the time, I didn't have an agent. I didn't have anything. I didn't have like any knowledge. And I was like really... I mean, I wasn't burnout, but I really wanted to disconnect for at least like a week. But I couldn't because I had to find like agent. I had to find teams. And like most of the teams, they either had like the roster like almost locked. And some of the teams I contacted as well, they were like, we didn't think you were going to get kicked. Which I don't blame anyone. Like, it's completely respectable, right? So it was like kind of rough for me. And I just decided to join Heretics because there's some people here that I really like in like the esports industry, like especially like from Spain. And as well, I was going back to like Spain, my hometown and my my fan base. So, I mean, at the beginning it was like really hard, but then I mean, it's life, right? You just need to move on, basically.
Talked about coming back to your family, and of course you have a huge Spanish crowd behind you. Now, of course, that adds a lot of love, but does it also add pressure, knowing that you have so many people behind you cheering for you, and in some way you've got to make them proud?
I mean, for sure, I always want to, like everyone that supports me, I want them to feel like I'm paying them back in a way of like performing and as well, like interacting with them. It's not only about, just playing, because I really love like, talking to every fan base. But of course, like if I'm talking to my Spanish fan base, then it's way easier for me. I'm not sure if it like adds pressure. I think it adds pressure when you go international. Because I remember when the rumors about me joining G2 and stuff, it was like full of like Spanish like people. Like there's so many people like defending me, and like some other people like from like international, not that attacking exactly, but like
there were lots of questions, right? Because you were playing in the Spanish league,
and
it's
I
like
played in Spain.
The team wasn't doing that great either.
I played in Spain. I didn't win anything, so it was like so
where's
sad.
this guy coming from? Is it just because he's Spanish?
It was so sad. Which like makes a lot of sense. But yeah, when the rumors came in, there was like some battles which I don't really like. So I prefer to to keep it chill and keep it
It's okay, man. Interactions give also numbers, you know?
yeah. But I don't mind it, right? But for sure, it depends as well on what kind of person you are. But it for sure cannot like pressure, because there's like expectations. Like not only you set yourself the expectations, but like fans' expectations. And as well, I was joining G2. I wasn't joining like any other team. So there was like already expectations on the team.
Yeah.
And I was replacing Reckless, so there was like more expectations.
Even more?
Yeah. So yeah, it was like pretty wild.
Dude, you handled it. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about every single thing that we've added on top of that, when you joined them back then, I'm like, you're a freaking boss for handling with all
before
that.
starting like screaming and like going to Berlin, I was like, I don't know.
This is it.
Yeah. I mean, some days were like, I was really doubting myself. Because there was like so much pressure. Like I didn't win anything. I'm going to G2, and like without like taking in consideration what anyone else says, like already, like there's like so much pressure.
Yeah, good old imposter syndrome.
Yeah,
we all have it. I mean,
the good friend.
do you have like any memorable moments where it was like super intense when it has to do with gaming, where you were like not necessarily nervous, but like tense about a situation?
I mean, for sure, the first week that I had COVID and stuff, I was like pretty tense, but I couldn't feel it much because I was like sick, right? So I wasn't feeling that much pressure. I just wanted to just play like human, like as humanly possible, and tried not to win too much, and just focus on recovering. But I mean, there's like some memories for sure. Like I remember one game with like the Senna triple kill or like something where we're defending the Nexus and stuff. And I'm probably there's like so many more games.
There were probably some incredible Aphelios plays as well.
Yeah,
Since you're kind of cracked on the champion.
Yeah. I'm low-key wondering.
Yeah, but I feel like, from my side, like casting and hosting is just so much different because it's like I'm stepping up on the desk and I want to make your story proud, your background, where you come from, the plays that you've made, the mistakes that you've made, and not necessarily like point them out in the bad light like you're a bad player, but it's more like, hey, not everyone is perfect and here's what needs to be improved, and sort of continue that story. So I feel like one of my most intense moments ever was my first EU Masters Finals cast. It was when K-Corp first came out back in 2021. And then we're playing against one of my teams from the NLC, BTXL. And I was and this was the most insane finals. Like the numbers that we pulled back then with KC first coming out, and there was so much pressure on like delivering the correct storylines behind K-Corp, right? Because we didn't have a lot of info. There were like a Div2 org that came out of nowhere, and suddenly a huge community came with it. Yeah. And then on the other hand side, you've got poor little NLC that just made finals, and a guy called Marcoon was playing in this org for the very first time. A guy called Advien, was in this roster, and suddenly you're trying to build all these storylines. And then they tell me on top, hey, it's going to be a duo cast, so I'm the only color caster in this best of 5, and you're casting with Medic. And it's like, I was horrified. I just stepped on the desk and I was like, I need to take like 3 very deep breaths.
Like if you're a pro player, right? Like there's like so many things you need to take into consideration. But I'm guessing that's like the same for you, I guess. Because because I've seen like I think it was Shocks on Twitter like posting like the rehearsals and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean as well, because when we watch the games, we don't usually like hear the casting, right?
Yeah.
We just watch it.
You just watch the game, yeah.
Yeah, we watch the game. We learn from the enemy. We learn from our mistakes, but we're not focusing on the casting because we just take it onto another level, right?
Yeah.
We want to improve. We want to play better. But I'm guessing it's like probably your guys are on like the same pressure spot. I mean, as well, it depends on the person and how much you like push yourself, right?
Yeah.
And how much you set the expectation on yourself. But now that I'm thinking, it's basically the same. Like you're like legit on like the mega spotlight, because like I've seen sometimes when casters like make mistakes or like
we mess up,
Yeah,
like
when
it's
you mess
so
up,
difficult to follow live action, because if you're sitting there and you're reviewing, you're pausing, you're slowing it down, you're speeding it up, but like if you're casting, it's like live action. You need to have a look at 10 champions at the same time. Like, did you miss your wave? I couldn't see because I was looking at top lane, you see? So I'm like, how is Flakked in the middle of the lane? What happened there?
Yeah. It's like, I sometimes see, when a player ins, like, there's like the chat, right? Like the Twitch chat, which sometimes is really good, sometimes it's terrible. But you can see that like the Jank, Omega Lul, Oz and stuff. But I mean, it's same for casters, I think, because like when someone says something like either like mega messes up or like you can just say instead of Jankos, you say Jankos, and the whole chat is like Jankos, KW, Jankos, Omega Lul. So I'm guessing it's like the same pressure actually.
Yeah. Well, it's good that we don't have the Twitch channel while we're casting, because that would have been doomed. Yeah. Talking about Twitch chat, you mentioned streaming as well. Yeah. Did you ever have like any complicated situations on stream or like cringe? I don't know.
I mean, I had like some leaks. Like I remember I was playing like a solo queue challenge and stuff, and I mega leaked my account. The next day I leaked
Jankos Volume 2.
Yeah, legit. I leaked as well. I was doing like trials and stuff, and I was doing this challenge, right? So this challenge I was just like spamming like crazy, but as well it was like the season was like coming and we were preparing, so we were doing trials. And I remember like I insta finished trials, insta leave Discord call, open stream, and you can see like I open stream, I go to the bathroom, and there's like 5 minutes, and everyone can see like both rosters, and they can see every champ, they can see everything. But I mean, now I'm more aware of it. Like when they actually, because like I leaked my account, right?
You went to the bathroom, you like your stream on.
I was like, I'm just gonna stream. I'm gonna open stream, go to the bathroom like real quick, like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then come back. But I mean, when I leaked my account, I actually griefed, because like it was the solo queue challenge, right? And there was like you could get like it was like 10k 12k prize if you get top one.
Oh.
And I was like top one since like the very first day, because I was like grinding like 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like crazy grinding, and I was top one, right? And I leaked my account, and thank God someone changed like the email and stuff and like the password.
And they sent it to you?
Yeah, they sent it to me. But like, imagine if there's
what?
Like, yeah.
Did you give them RP?
I mean, I gave him like, it was like a guy from like Mexico or something. I gave him like 50 euros or something. He like,
my God.
Yeah, he saved my life.
He saved you so hard.
Like, because I was checking like the OPG constantly while I was like, I was like so desperate. I was like, guys, if anyone on the chat just took my account, just please send it to me.
If you have my account, please give it to me.
Just send it to me. And I was like perma refreshing OPG, like hoping to see if someone did anything. And I just saw he changed like the icon or like the avatar. Yeah. I was like, please just don't run it down. Just don't say anything that I'm gonna get perma. Like, please. And then I checked DMs, and there was a guy saying, I have your account. And I was like, yeah, sure, you have my account. And I tried, and I was like, oh my God.
He actually has the account?
I was like, yeah, this for sure, this funny guy is gonna mega troll me. And I was, yeah, I have your account. I'm gonna try it, and it's not gonna work. And I remember like the password was like something like mega trolled. I was like, yeah, for sure, it's not this.
The dude tapped something really fast to take it away, And
I was like, there's no way. And I tried. I was like, oh my God, this guy saved my entire life.
Well, guy from Mexico, if you're watching this, thank you.
Thanks.
Oh my God, I had a thing about leaking as well. There was like a huge breach of passwords in like a really big website. Could have been Facebook. It was like a couple of years ago. And I was streaming, and there's this guy that comes to my stream, and he's like, hey, your password has been leaked in a huge database. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll just continue playing my Katarina,
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, do you da-da-da-da-da? And he says my password on my Twitch chat. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Yeah. I think I went cold, by the way. I'm
those moments.
He wasn't joking. He was actually like there to warn me, but I thought he was like there to scam me, basically.
I mean,
and I was like, no way, you just spilled my password on my Twitch chat. Thank God I was a 20 viewer Andy back then, and there weren't many people watching. But I was like, holy crap, where did you get my password? And he was right. I think like a couple of months later, it actually came out that there was actually a breach on that database, and that you should be changing passwords. And I'm like, you're telling all this 2 months later? Because it's like, I'm like, okay, gamers are usually a bit silly with passwords. It's like you use one password for everything. Yeah. So it's like you have to go and change everything else that you've got. Now, Flakked, we talked a little bit about the gaming pressures, but what about personal life? How do you work around that? Because of course you have to balance a very busy professional life, busy professional life, and a personal life. So what's the pressure of balancing these two?
I mean, at the beginning it was really hard because as well I was starting with my girlfriend, and I was starting my career, and with my girlfriend we don't live together, right? Like she lives in Madrid and I live in Barcelona. So at the beginning it was
Great opportunity to see her.
Yeah.
We're in Madrid.
I mean, she's not here now, but yeah, sucks.
Juked.
Yeah, but at the beginning it was really hard to balance because I was like legit in the beginning of our relationship, and like I was like completely rookie, and I went already to like Mad Lions and stuff, and it kind of happened like in G2. I went to Mad Lions, and at that time, I mean, actually no, because when I joined G2, they actually came from like doing like poor year. They didn't even go Worlds, I think.
No.
Yeah, they didn't go Worlds. Oh yeah, it was.
I think it was the first. I think it was the first year that G2 actually missed Worlds.
I think so. Yeah.
That one, yeah.
So
And it was like a
I
shock.
came to like a Mad Lions Academy, and they came from like winning everything, and I was mega rookie. So I was like, oh shit, I need to step up.
Gotta step up.
And I mean, at the beginning it was like really hard to balance, and I mean, thank God my girlfriend was like understanding, because I was like completely griefing everything at the beginning. I was so bad at everything. Like
But now?
I mean, now for sure.
You
now,
figured it out?
Yeah. I mean, I have like more control of my emotions. At the beginning, I was like mega emotional. So if I would do so much, I would like insta go bed, or like maybe like play solo queue until like 6 a.m. or something.
Oh no.
So yeah, it's the classic. It's the classic rookie.
It's the raids
rookie
grind.
mistake. Yeah. So at the beginning, it was really hard to balance, but now it's experience. This is with time, it just comes everything.
I feel like especially if you have a partner and you are in the gaming scene, they need to be sort of aware of the planning that goes behind, like how
Yeah.
many hours you need to practice. Like I've seen some LEC like schedules and it's fully packed. Like you wake up,
Yeah.
you go for breakfast. Some people go to the gym as well, like super early in the morning, and then it's practice. Hey, I need to get my solo queue gamings in as
Yeah.
well because I can't drop solo queue. So it's kind of like 10 p.m. at night, and you're still basically at the office.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I've got my personal experiences with that as well. I can tell that, like, well,
I mean, it's beautiful, but sometimes it's like really rough.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There, like, for example, right now I'm gone from my partner for like a week because obviously, like, I'm traveling to do the Masters finals and like LEC, and of course be here with you. So it takes like a special person to understand.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
What you're doing.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
both sides, they need to be like mega understanding.
Yeah, that's the key. I'm glad you have found it as well and you figured it out and you evolved through it.
Yeah,
You know, we
yeah,
all
for
do.
sure.
We all do. Now, Mr. Flakked,
Mm-hmm.
from 1 to 10, what was your stress level this last split to make playoffs with Heretics?
Okay, 1 to 10.
Because you guys needed, I think, like a top 3
I mean, we
to
just need,
make season
yeah,
finals
we
or
need
something.
to do
It was
something
crazy.
crazy, yeah.
You
We
need to do an Excel.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to pull an Excel for sure. I mean, I would say it was like 5 or 6. It wasn't that high.
Okay.
And for sure there was pressure, right? When you're competing, there's like pressure. And if you don't feel pressure, maybe you shouldn't compete, I guess. But I mean, unless you're, I don't know, maybe you're a monk or something, and you never feel pressure. But I wouldn't say there was much. Because we came in, I came with BT as well. And it was like a fresh, new environment for the team.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, because they told me at the beginning, like the mood is not the best. Because it makes sense, right? Because they did in winter and spring, like
It wasn't that great.
yeah, it didn't bang. So I came in, with like expectations, like oh shit, maybe maybe I'm gonna come here and I'm not gonna have a great time. But I came there, I was reunited with Jankos, and we started,
Winning?
yeah, we started
You can
winning.
say it.
We started winning and let's say sharing the same brain cell, and he started to be like enjoying more the game and enjoying more like the time itself. So me and Bitio gave like a really positive environment to the team. So I really enjoyed my like the last summer split we played, and as well. Like I'm not sure about the pressure for like Ebi, Jankos, and Mersa, which were the guys that started from winter. But for me and BT, it was kind of like
For you, it was a fresh start, right?
I mean, it was like fresh start, and as well like something like mercenaries or something, you know. Like you come here with like no expectation at all, because like in winter and spring, like the team didn't get like many points. We had like 30 points something, and we needed like I don't know how many we needed. We needed
like 100 and something.
Yeah. So it was like, okay, guys, you come here, fresh environment, just flip it, and if it doesn't go well, then sucks. But for sure, it was a great opportunity for me and BT to showcase that we deserve to be in LEC, because BT came from the splits in Excel.
He needed a fresh start too. Yeah. Especially for me, like this particular year was a little bit more, not stressful, but more challenging, because I dived into roles that I have never done before. Yeah. Like, for example, interviewing. That was my first ever time interviewing in the LEC. And interviewing might seem easy, because it's like, hey, I'm coming to you, how you doing today? But it feels like sometimes there's like a lot of people who don't necessarily know how to unlock their emotions, and they really want to speak about how they felt about this game. And you just need to be able to understand them and let them speak their mind. I think there's like a whole different beast behind that. Hosting, I'm not even going to go there. I hosted for the first time in my life this year as well. And you have like producer in your ear. You've got a prompter in front of you. You've got graphics queued up. You've got a wall behind you. You've got your two analysts. And it's like, I don't know how Shocks and Lore keep doing this all these years, but I was like, oh my God, there's so many things to tackle. So I feel like there is a pressure when you jump, from like all 4 different roles, like around like analyst, caster, host, interviewer. But there's also a fun in learning how to tackle different attributes of each role, I guess, and what you can do with them. I think we did talk about the moment that you have been the most under pressure as a pro. Was it that first week in G2?
I mean, the first week in G2 was really pressure, but I think I would say in Worlds. Yeah. It was like my first time in Worlds, and there was some stuff going on, like outside the game, which didn't bang and didn't help anyone to, play better. But I think that time was like, okay, there was one time actually I remember in MSI when we went like 20-something wins in a row or something. And then you
were coming from a banger split.
Yeah. We beat T1 RNG on the same day, and I was like, what?
We're too good.
Yeah, are we just the best in the world now? And
Can you get Worlds over already?
And then the next day, we get completely stumped by it was like PSG, and I don't know, what Buffaloes, I think. It was Saigon Buffalo and stuff.
It was the underdogs, for sure.
Yeah. And I was like, I think we went from like 24 win streak or like 20-something win streak to like 7 win streak. Like lose streak, sorry. And it came to a point where we started like 2-0 or 3-0, and it came to a point where we needed like an 8 to win or something. And
imagine needing an 8 to win.
Yeah, when you need an 8 to win, then
you're
you're
screwed.
You're a bit fucked. If you need an 8 to win, I mean, maybe there's a chance, right? But
they've done it before. They did reach MSI finals back when G2 won it. So
yeah, but if you need to cheer for an A, then it's like last resource, I would say.
All right, and what do you do before something like this? Like when it's like a series that's extremely stressful, or a game like your second day that you said, hey, we went into the first day, we stomped the 2 most popular teams, and then we started losing. When you start losing, what do you do to sort of like de-stress yourself?
I mean, first of all, the day that you lose, you try not to think about it, like, you can think of it, like on the game itself, but usually the first thoughts is like, oh, I'm inting, or we're bad, or we inted, or we need to fix stuff and stuff. So, personally, I don't recommend the first day to dig much into it. I think it's better to just focus on getting like good sleep, and if you can spend time with your teammates if they want.
Yeah.
Because some people they don't feel like talking and stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, the first day when you lose, you probably it's better that you're focusing on resting and making sure that you can sleep well, and then the next day you can start talking about stuff. But when there's like losing streaks, it's really hard. It depends. Like it really shows when a team is a proper team, with like good foundations and stuff. Because when you're losing a lot, there's like two sides. It can be either like everyone gets like so unconfident, or egos start to pop up,
which is also not great, right?
Yeah.
Because then a lot of opinions
Yeah.
start surfacing, which are not
I
necessarily.
mean, sometimes
right
can
ones,
work, right?
Yeah.
If you have like a lot of ego and you start calling and stuff, and you're like 1v9ing, sure, can work.
You take it on your back, okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
But I mean, of course, not the best, right? It's better to just rely on your teammates and on yourself and just be good as a team. But and for sure, when this like streaks come of like 4 or 5 losing streak, or like 2-3 weeks of only losing, you really start doubting on yourself and on your teammate, and it just shows when you guys are like a good team, or you get along well with each other and stuff. When you still talk about the game, or when you still interact with your teammates, and you just don't close yourself in the room and just go to swims because it's your work, and then after that do whatever with like your team and stuff. It really shows when you are a good teammate and a good player, I think. And not everyone is easy to manage, I would say.
Oh, for sure. Everyone has their own personality, right? So it's always difficult to dig into everyone and figure out what they want.
Sometimes it can happen that, I mean, of course, if you're losing, you always have like part of the blame, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes there's stuff that you just can't control.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, and especially, sorry for interrupting.
Of course.
If you're rookie and stuff, because I remember in the early days, I could see some stuff like not going well, but it depends as well on your teammates, right? But sometimes it's hard to step up when you're starting, because I remember when I started, I had like a Werlip and Heretics and all these players, which I had like a lot of respect for them, and something similar they told me with like I'm not sure if it was like Jack when he came to LC, he like I don't know if it was like Jankos inting or someone inting, or there was like an issue and stuff, but he had like so much respect for the players, and me included as well, when I came to G2, and I could see like Caps going 0-15 on Ari, or like LeBlanc mega running it down.
What do you say?
Yeah,
you know?
I'm not gonna go there and say, bro,
you run it down.
Just cut the bullshit, you just win training, just griefing. Right. Okay, so basically, I was never superstitious in my life, never ever. Like maybe my grandma, if there's a stair, she would like not go like like underneath. She would go like to the
There's
side.
There's a black cat or something. Yeah.
Or like if she breaks a mirror or something, and I was like, this is like bullshit, right? Like who can actually believe in this? And then
you could ask my grandma.
Yeah,
believe all this.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe she knows something. I don't know. But then I remember in Mad Lions Academy, I remember one day I woke up before match day and I didn't know what to do. And I didn't want to like play match solo because we played at like 9 or 10.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna like waste my like all my energy. I'm gonna wait a bit. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for a walk. I went for a walk, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go like watch a movie.
Okay.
And then I watched.
On your match day, you went for a movie. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was like, like on the PC. I just went on Netflix and just watched a movie. And
okay, that way. I thought you went to the cinema.
No, I didn't go to the cinema. I just went on the PC and just watched a movie. And I watched Scarface.
Okay.
It was the movie, and it's like 3 hours long. And that day I played like mega good, and overall I just felt like really good, really confident, like really chilling in game. So then like the next match, I'm like, sure, I was gonna try it again.
Go watch a movie again.
Yeah, no, and I watched the same movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I watched the same movie, and we won again. And I did that for like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 win streak. I was playing so good.
You watched the same movie 6 times in a row?
Yeah, but like until this day, every time there's match, I'm still watching the movie.
The same movie. You watch the Scarface every single time.
And I'm like I just hear the intro. I'm like, no, like not again. I don't want to do this. But because okay, at the beginning I was like, sure, it's like a ritual. I'm like mega superstitious right now. And one day I was like, okay, I'm not gonna watch it. And then I mega choked. I played like so bad. And then I was like, wait, this is.
It was the movie.
Yeah, like I was like, there's no way, because I went to my teammates, and I was like, okay, I don't want to say it, but I didn't watch the movie today. I was like, I don't want to say it. And then
from then on out, they will be forcing you to watch the movie.
After that, I was like, I'm just watching it every time, and I've been in like last played in Heretics and in G2. Sometimes it was like managers asking, "Did you watch the movie?" Yeah, I watched it.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, like I think even in Heretics they were like, I think Rob, like the, oh my god, I forgot the word. He's like performance coach.
Yeah.
At some point he was like, maybe we could find, like an edit of Scarface or something, like in case you don't have time to watch.
So you
the full
don't have
movie.
to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, in case you don't have to watch, in case you don't have time to watch the full movie, maybe just watch an edit or something. But I mean, and when that happened, when I mega choked and I mega played bad, I was like, okay, I'm not skipping the movie ever again.
Not even. Just watch the trailer, not the trailer. The
No,
3-hour full
the 3-hour
movie.
And oh my god, it's just like at some point I was like, okay, I think I reached like the peak of like disgusting. I could hear the intro. I was like, I'm already like disgusted.
At this point, you know the script. You know what every actor says.
There's like some scenes that I can. Okay, my acting is terrible and my accent is terrible, but I can probably like read the script for like 2 minutes. like some like mega like like famous scenes of Scarface. I can probably like, if you just give me like 1 minute to watch before, I can just probably like say the entire
That's
script.
a great content idea for Heretics. You should pitch that to them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they want to. They want to give me saying this, but at some point I was like, okay, there's no way it can get like more disgusting than this. But every time I watch it, I'm like more disgusted. But I can't stop watching, because if I don't watch it, I
can't play the game.
Yeah,
apparently.
I just can't play. I actually can't play. I can play like 20 solo queues and Mega 1v9. But if I go on stage and I didn't watch my movie, I'm just gonna choke it. I'm just gonna choke it.
Are you staying with Heretics for the next LEC split?
Yeah. Okay. They told
Just
me,
like that.
they confirmed it, that they confirmed it to me. If I'm not, it sucks. I should be. But
okay, the answer is I should be.
I should be. But it's like, it's life, right? You never know what's gonna happen. Anything.
That is true. There have been many domino effects in Europe lately.
Yeah. So let's not take anything, as my dad would say, don't take anything for granted. Just enjoy the moment.
Fair enough. Santander people were at Montpellier and they went around the expo and they found some fans of yours.
Okay.
And these fans had things to say about you or ask you.
Okay, sure.
Shall we check it out?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's check it out.
Flakked, ¿a qué organización te gustaría ir para jugar con un jugador que te caiga muy bien? ¿Sería Matt con Yoya o dónde te verías acabando?
Oh,
Okay.
Let your bias come free.
Okay. I mean, first of all, Heretics is the best club I've ever been in my life. I love Heretics. It's the best club. Yeah, I mean, okay, it kind of puts me in this spot, no?
Okay, just say a player that you would be
for
excited
sure,
to play with, no?
I mean, I really like all the I have really good relationship with all the Spanish players.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make it even more difficult. No Spanish player.
Okay, then Bibi. It's not difficult. It's actually more difficult even Spanish players.
Okay, I'm gonna put the Spanish players back in the pool.
Spanish players that probably I would say like Razor, probably.
Razok.
Yeah, Razor.
Why?
I think I just have like the best relationship with him.
Let's jump to the next video.
Hello, Flakked. Who's the hardest ADC to play against?
Oh.
That's a tough one, man. You've been to Worlds.
Yeah. I mean, from Worlds though, I didn't play against like insane botlines. Because I played against Hope, which was really good, and then it was who was the down one AD carry? It was no, Kellen is support Kellen. Who was that one? It was, man, I forgot the name.
Oh, it's not here.
Like last year in that one, it was like Nuguri. And now I don't know where it's Nuguri.
Nuguri Showmaker.
Nuguri Showmaker
Canyon.
Kellen, I think, on support.
They keep changing the AD carries, man. I can't keep
Oh,
track.
it is the Daekom or something like that, no? Like with D. It starts with D.
Dokdam?
I think it was Dogdam. I'm not sure. But for sure they weren't like the strongest AD carries or the strongest botlines. But I think I think, okay, I'm not sure if it was the hardest, because it depends as well, right? Because if I played Guma Yusi in 5 years ago, I would get like mega stomped. And if I play it now, I would probably still get stomped, but less.
Not mega.
Yeah. Maybe stomp, maybe I win.
Maybe you'd be
But
him.
now it's a flip. Back in the days, it wouldn't be a flip. But I remember one time it was Worlds in Europe or MSI. I think it was Worlds, and I played against Uzi in solo queue.
Oof.
I couldn't believe it. He blind picked Ezreal, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go Draven. And I knew he was Uzi because there was like so many people like tracking webs and stuff, and he was like spamming Ezreal like a maniac, and he was in queue in Champ Select. I was like, please don't let it be Uzi, because sure.
And he was in a counter matchup as well.
Yeah, at that time I was like 16 or something, or 15, and I wanted to grind, right? So if I'm playing against Uzi, I'm not gonna grind. So I was like, okay, sure, I want to play against Uzi, but as well I want to grind.
I want to, but I don't want to at the same time.
So he blinds Ezreal. I'm like, okay. At that time I was one tick Draven. I was like, okay, this matchup is like good for Draven.
It's a winning matchup, yeah.
Like the theory it wasn't there. I was supposed to counter Ezreal, but
the math didn't math.
Yeah.
1 + 1 didn't equal 2.
I actually couldn't believe it. I was getting so outspaced, like to oblivion. I couldn't dodge any Q, and I wasn't even choking. I was like,
this guy's a god.
Yeah, and he was at the times. I think after that, I'm not sure if he retired or the next year he retired, but he was like not even in his prime, and I was like, what? What is this?
Imagine like Vayne Uzi in his prime.
I mean,
as well.
if they tell me it's Uzi and it's Vayne, I probably just dodge. But when I see Ezreal, I'm like, okay, maybe like this champion is, they say is weak in lane.
To be honest with you, I don't know, man. I feel like Eastern Ezreals are a whole different monster, you know?
Yeah. Like especially like I think Chinese Ezreal doesn't make sense.
Uzi, Vipers, Ruler.
Yeah, yes, does make sense. They just too good on the champ. Like level 1, they're constantly fighting, and in Europe it's like I'm scaling.
You just sit there hitting Qs on the
wave.
wave.
Just farm with Qs, chilling, and when they play Ezreal in Asia, it's just
in your face.
It's stronger than Draven, apparently. I don't know. They have like more damage or something.
All right, and if you had to choose an AD carry from the LEC?
I mean, I didn't play Hansama, but I imagine it would be Hansama, probably. But that I played, I would say Upset. Like from last year that I played and this year, I would say... Yeah, I would say probably Upset was the... Wait, did I play Hansama? I played Hansama, actually. Yeah, I played.
Wait, you did happen to be in the same league this year?
Yeah, I played one game against him. Oh, it was the Chrono Break and stuff, the game. Oh, my God.
That's why you don't want to remember it.
Yeah. But that game, I didn't feel like particularly like I was getting like, like stomped or anything. I think I was fine. But I think... I'm not sure if there was like one game against Upset or Karsi that I was getting like so stomped. I think it was Upset. So I think like from the games I played in LC, the game I felt like I got like the hardest stomp, it was against Upset, I think.
All right. So we'll move on from that Thresh.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want to play with your Aphelios, apparently.
Yeah, I mean he didn't know my Aphelios, I guess. Is me playing?
Velvet.
I want them to play Yorick Mori on top lane. Do it, cowards! Do it!
You've got an interesting choice.
Okay, so what are the champions? Okay,
Thresh,
Yorick,
Thresh, Belveth, Yorick, and Lux.
Okay, so
I mean, I've seen some crazy like AD Thresh like in ARAM or like some weird solo queue.
Yeah,
you know?
but like to play like AD carry or solo queue, what?
Yeah, AD carry.
I mean, I played Lux AD carry for sure.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I think that would be the easy choice, no?
Yeah, but Lux low-key boring, no? I think Belveth, it banks. Okay, Yorick, I'm not playing this champ. Yeah, I'm not playing Yorick. But Belveth, I don't know.
Ever since the Zero Portal got lost, Yorick got lost with it, you know?
Yeah. Yorick doesn't bang. And Thresh...
Kind of boring too, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're AD, but you have hook.
But like Belveth?
Yeah, Belveth banks.
You just keep zigzagging all the time in lane.
I mean, Belveth support is disgusting.
Belveth support?
Yeah.
Why?
It's OP as fuck. Like, I remember there was like a Brazilian guy, Ayu, like from Furia. He came for like MSI bootcamp or something, and he got rank 1, and I was checking this guy, because I was wondering if he was like AD carry or support, and I think apparently he rerolled. He was like support main, and then he moved to AD carry. But when I checked his OPG, I was like, I don't know what this guy plays. He's like most played. It was like Belveth support, and then like Ezreal. I was like,
what?
Yeah. And he got rank 1, and I remember like his last 20 games, he was like only Belveth. And he was like mega 1v9ing, and this is crazy. It's like level 1 all in, level 2 all in, level 3 all in.
What?
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, you go next. 15.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was getting perma one shot. Like, he had like insane weird. It was crazy actually. So maybe Velvet Rolly.
Okay, just a little tangent from here. What is the funniest thing that Jankos has done? Funniest or weirdest? Because he was complaining before you joined that the guys in Heretics were also not taking out the trash, and he had to be their maid, and he had to like clean everything. So I don't know. Maybe he figured something out.
Okay, I remember. Okay, I remember one time. Okay. I remember in G2. Okay, it's not something that Jankos did, but his reaction was so fucking fun. Okay, so the thing is, in G2 we had the chores, and it was like I mean, we had to do like we put like our names in like in like
A cup, yeah.
And it was like random, and it was done by couples. So it was like 2 people in charge of the trash and 2 people in charge of the like the dishes and stuff. And I remember one day, I think it was like Targa, who didn't take the trash in like any single day of the week, and he was
even
like,
though his name was picked.
yeah,
Okay.
and he was like putting so many excuses. At some point, me and Baby had this smart idea of just like putting like the trash bags on his like on the front of the door. So but when he
His
opens
door?
when he opens the door, it's like full of trash, and some smell like mega shit. I remember one day it was like so much trash, like 3 bags or something on his door, and it was like next to Jankos' door. I remember Jankos, he wakes up at like 8 or something to go to the gym, and he goes to the bathroom to wash, and he's like only with like fucking like underwear only and flip flops, and he comes, and he's like mega triggered, and me and we were like laughing so hard. He was so triggered. I think in the end he took it. He's the kind of guy that's like, why don't you do this? And instead of like letting you do it, to like
He does it himself.
yeah, it's like he flames and then he does it. It's like, what is he doing? But I remember I was like crying so hard because like Targa was the guy supposed to do it and he wasn't doing it, and maybe we punished him, and Jankos got affected by it. I was just crying. Like his
So
reaction.
just in boxes and flippers, yeah.
And he was so triggered. He's like, I didn't see Jankos that triggered in my life, and he was like the funniest thing.
Like proper angry,
Yeah.
triggered.
He was like so triggered. He was so mega triggered, and we're like,
He told me the same about Heretics. Before you joined them, he was like, no one's doing anything. I'm doing everything.
Yeah.
And he was like complaining
Yeah.
about no one doing
And
anything.
for
But
sure
then
he's
he was
like-
like, but I'm doing it for
Yeah.
them. But
Yeah.
I'll complain about it.
Yeah, it's crazy because like if you complain, sure, I mean you're on your right, makes sense. Like someone has to do it, they don't do it, you complain. Yeah, perfect. But then don't do it for them. Just make them, like you enforce them. Just tell them, are you in queue? No, they do trash.
I'm just going to stay here until you do this.
But he would come to your room and tell you, why didn't you take the trash? It was your turn. I was like, okay, sorry, my bad. I go, no, I took it.
It's like,
Sure.
I did anyway.
Sure. It
He
doesn't
is the
make sense.
dad of the team in the end
Yeah,
of the
I
day.
mean, he's for sure the dad of the team. But I don't know. I just don't know why he does it. Like every time.
Maybe we should ask him next time. Because I keep track with him in winter, but I didn't keep track with him in summer since you joined. I heard that you do your chores.
Yeah.
There you go. That's why he didn't complain again ever.
Okay, in G2 I wasn't doing many, but okay, I was trying for sure. But
Okay.
sometimes, especially with trash bags, they were so big I just couldn't carry them. I mean, they were so heavy, and I was always asking Jankos for help. And he would
Okay.
always come.
Because he's very strong.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
he goes to the gym every
Of
single
course.
day, and he has insane biceps. Small brain, but insane biceps.
You got to build something up, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, I'm bad at this.
Okay.
Okay. Take 2.
How many rubber ducks does she actually have?
Oh,
Wait, rubber duck?
I mean, they were like the little ones.
Yeah, like the rubber duckies that, I don't know, if you watch like any cartoons, they have them
Yeah,
in the bath.
like the little ones. Yeah. I actually have like some of them.
You have rubber ducks?
Yeah.
How
'Cause,
many?
I don't know, like maybe 4 or 5. Because usually when I go to like like events and stuff, like some like people, they come to me and sometimes they give me like letters and stuff. Sometimes they give me gifts, and usually it's like either shirts with ducks or like rubber ducks.
Or a rubber
Yeah,
ducky?
and they
Oh,
bang.
that's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cute.
Yeah, it bangs.
Well, to be fair, pets do help a lot with the stress.
True.
And you have one of the most famous pets over in the LEC
Yeah,
as
I've
well.
Tetoncito.
Tetoncito.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard that maybe you have brought him with you here.
I brought him.
You have?
Yeah, I can bring it if you want.
Yes.
Okay, sure. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, I cannot bring Ted. Okay, I call him Ted.
Ted. Okay.
Because at the beginning it was Tetoncito. Because we thought it was a male. Because Tetoncito is male name.
Okay.
But then she laid an egg. So it was
So
Tetoncita.
Tetoncito
Is
is a
Tetoncita.
Tetoncita.
Yeah, and now it's Ted. I don't think you want to see Ted. Okay, you want to see him? He's really cute and
Yeah.
he's really social, but he shits every 2 minutes.
It's okay. It's a
No,
bird.
no,
It's
okay,
fine.
Okay, you say it's okay, but I'm telling you it's not okay.
Have you ever had a bunny rabbit? They do the
Yeah.
same thing.
Okay, yeah, but like they mega poop like insane amounts and smelly sometimes. Really
Okay,
smelly.
then this one will do
Yeah,
for now.
yeah.
We'll name her Tetoncita,
Yeah, this is that.
and we'll pretend that we have met the real one.
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe we'll do the sessions close to your house, so you can bring Tetoncita with a leash.
I'm down. But the people in like taking care of the place, they might be not the happiest.
All right, then let's look at the next one, since we have Tetoncita with us. Cosplay?
Cosplay de panda.
Cosplay.
Cosplay de panda.
Okay, I don't know who is this three guys.
You know, you are matching Tetoncita with your T-shirt right now.
Yeah, I know.
So you're like halfway there, but I
Yeah.
have a way that you can go fully there.
Serious? I really don't want to know. I really
Well-
don't want to know. I really don't want to know.
I magically happen to have this.
Oh
well,
my god.
so are you down for the challenge they gave you or not?
I'm down. I don't want to do it, but I will do it. But I really don't want
We're
to do
doing
it.
it for the fans?
I do it for Jankos.
Okay, that's for you.
Okay, actually,
How does it feel?
I was expecting way worse.
Yep.
But it's so comfy and chill. I'm not sure how I'm looking. I don't really want to see how I'm looking. So I'm just vibing right now.
That's great. You know what? You look great.
Serious?
You think that Tonsita would like that?
I hope not.
Well, she's not actually yellow, right? She's white, so.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
she
mean,
would
when
think
she
that
was a baby, she was yellow.
Ah.
Yeah, but now it's
So
white.
baby, you're a baby duck right now.
I hope not.
You
I really hope not.
you'll get there, man. Okay, so let's watch the rest of the videos in.
Yeah, sure. Maybe they have a cosplay for you, maybe.
I hope not.
Hopefully.
I've been chased for that for a long time. Oh, great.
Un poco, a lo mejor soy un poco friki, pero me gustaría verla hacer un monólogo comédico de estos como hace Medios. Me gustaría verla, porque creo que tiene un sentido del humor guay también.
You know
I
how?
think this is way cringe than what I just did. I think.
Why did they give me the two people who are the most cringe when they do content on the LEC? It's like Vedius has like what? Welsius. He has Flexius.
Based.
Yeah, he has what else?
I don't
Some
know.
other stuff
His
as well.
Nocturne kind of bangs though.
He's what?
Nocturne.
Yeah, but I can't
Yeah, I mean you can. I mean yeah.
do that one.
Yeah.
But you know what? Ender had some content where he was doing like grudge matches. Flakked versus Jankos grudge match. That's all I can do. Or I'm gonna lose my voice.
I was gonna ask you to stop, so it bangs. Thank you.
So if
Okay,
you
well,
ask-
it wasn't that bad.
If you ask someone to stop something, that means it bangs.
No, I mean
You were just very
sometimes. Sometimes it depends on the context.
Okay.
It depends on the context.
Okay.
But it wasn't. I mean, like the impression was good. Yeah, it's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
good.
I prefer the costume than doing the impression.
Good for me. Maybe we should get me a costume.
I mean, it's
A costume next
mega
time.
chill.
So, Flakked, are you having any fun?
Yeah.
Because we're nearing the end,
Oh.
and you know how they
Such.
say that you learn something new every single day.
Yeah. The biggest lie.
You learn
No,
something new every
Cap.
day.
Actually, cap. You always learn.
Big cap. You
Mega cap.
You always learn something.
Yeah.
even
Maybe
if it's the
there's
tiniest,
days
you know?
you learn like 2 or 3 things or 5 things.
Maybe. So, have you learned anything from today?
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm done.
Maybe I actually like cosplaying. It bangs. This
Maybe
so
you're a
chill.
good cosplayer.
No, okay, I'm for sure not a good cosplayer, but maybe I like it. This so chill, so comfy. I mean, a bit cringe. This is the price to pay, no?
Maybe you can get a few onesies at home now that you feel
Yeah.
that they're comfy.
Maybe I can just go like this as a duck for like a week.
Ooh.
Okay, but not as a challenge. Just
LEC
chill.
week, you're wearing
No.
this, and on top of it, the jersey.
Okay, LEC doesn't let me wear this. Yeah, because maybe with the
You
jersey.
can put the jersey on top.
Okay, no, because one day we wanted to play with wigs in G2 and they didn't let us.
Oh.
I had wigs, I had matching wigs with Bibi and I couldn't. go.
Oh, it was the big ones, no?
Yeah,
Oh, that was banger.
we were on stage and when champions started, they told us to remove it.
Oh man, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Was it? Maybe it was for sound issues though,
I mean, maybe.
because like the wig would probably like mess with the sound. Maybe.
I mean, yeah, probably they.
probably.
I mean,
but this, it's like
yeah, I mean,
it's like wearing a onesie. You could be wearing a onesie to the studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I go with this one day to the LC studio.
Cool. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's some good advice
Yeah,
for
like
yourself.
If I don't have anything to lose, I will just go with this.
Absolutely.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure. Good advice for yourself.
Yep.
Do you have any advice for our viewers or your fans?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, first of all, cosplaying Gigabanks, from what I just tested, really nice. And second of all, I invite everyone hearing this, on watching this, to please, Riot, don't listen to this. Stop playing TFT. This game doesn't bang. I prefer if you guys play ARAM or solo queue.
Okay, Jankos.
Solo queue is for like real chats. It's like going to war. It's mental warfare constantly, every game, with your team. You're playing 1v9.
You come out the strongest person.
No, I'm not the strongest soldier. I sometimes cry.
You've lost the battle sometimes.
I mean, I had voices from last year in solo queue. But I do have fun while playing, so I don't mind. And yeah, that's my,
Awesome.
my tips.
Cosplay, play TFT,
No,
and solo queue sometimes.
No, I didn't say this. Cosplay, ARAM, if you want. I don't respect it, but ARAM and solo queue. I respect it, solo queue.
Okay, great. Well, I want to thank also Santander for having us at their work cafe. It has been great. They created a very, very nice session stage for us to have our chats. I hope you enjoyed your chat with me, Flakked. You
I
were
did.
the first sessionist.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I was a bit pressured at the beginning, but
Okay.
then I had no expectations of myself. Expectations, sorry. So then, I mean, I just went with the flow, mega chill. For some reason, I ended up with a duck costume on my head
And a dark
No.
plushie.
and Ted. I brought Ted as well, Ted and Cheetah.
Maybe this could be Tedoncita's favorite toy from now on.
Maybe. Or maybe it's the favorite costume of my duck. I don't know. I hope not.
That's
I don't want to wear this probably anymore, but it bangs actually. Actually, it bangs. Like I'm just being dramatic. I think it just bangs.
Okay, perfect. Flakked, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
you had as much fun as I did chatting to you. We're going to be back. We're going to bring many, many more gaming celebrities on the stage of the sessions. So if you did enjoy this episode, make sure to stay tuned because there's many more coming. Not going to tell you with who, but do stay tuned.
I hope the cosplay.
Hope the cosplay. See you on the next one.